a whole host of football shirts. And you might be thinking, well, there we go. Finally, an opportunity to pick something up. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the free Football Shirt Collection Challenge, the series where we look to build a football shirt collection without spending any money on it. Now, I haven't forgot about this series. It's been a while since the last episode. The reason being is just because I didn't have anything. So, in this episode, you will see about 2 or 3 weeks worth of car boot sale footage, and that sounds like a lot, but it's only like a couple of minutes because there's just nothing at the moment. Like, I'm going to these places, charity shops are completely empty of anything football related, car boot sales, there's a couple of things here or there. Luckily, weekend just gone, I picked up 2 things that should hopefully bring in some decent profit. Now, speaking of profit, this series runs on profit. We need to be able to make money to be able to buy the football shirts for the collection. That's how we get them for free, essentially. So at the moment, the series cash profit is £245, and the collection value, believe it or not, is £480. There is a shirt that I want, and it's expensive. It is a match-worn shirt by a particular football player. And I won't say any more than that because the shirt is available online somewhere. So I don't really want to tell people what it is because this is a special match-worn shirt for me personally for a few reasons. And again, I won't go into them because you might be able to work it out. Probably not. But there's obviously only one of these in the world. And there aren't going to be any more for obvious reasons. So I don't really want anyone else to be able to just slide in there and buy it. Now, it is a very expensive shirt. We're talking 700 plus. So we're creeping. Total cash profit is £245. We need to get up there. We will talk about that more a little later in the video. But for today, what we're going to do now anyway is jump into some car boot sale footage and see what we can find. So this is a culmination of the last 2 or 3 weeks, and this is the kind of thing that I'm seeing. A lot of children's football boots, which don't really tend to go for much. I mean, you could pick them up for £1, £2, £3, and you could probably sell them for maybe £10. So you are going to make profit, but at the same time, you're not going to make as much profit, you know, and it's not really something that I'm interested in because they do take a long time to sell. This one was really frustrating. It took me ages to get to the stall. I saw 3 pairs of football boots, and when I eventually got there, I picked these up, and the sole was coming away from the boot itself. And then someone put a hat down where the boot should go, so that was really fun. Thanks for that. The pair alongside them were Patrick and a few other makes that just weren't really that interesting. And then we move on to this. Now, this is commonplace. A whole host of football shirts. And you might be thinking, well, there we go. Finally, an opportunity to pick something up. These are all fake, except maybe the England shirt, the red one. This is awful camera work. This was the week that my memory card broke, so I'm using my phone, and the guy's literally sat right next to me, so I'm trying to be discreet about it. But every single shirt there, apart from potentially the England shirt, was fake. Fair few Liverpool things in there as well, but again, they were all fake. And just out of curiosity, I asked him how much, and he was like 15, 20 quid. So, trying to overcharge for fakes. Unbelievable. Saw loads of what looked like football shirts here, so I'm flicking through, and unfortunately there's a few rugby things, which I have been known to pick up in the past. There was a fake kids Ajax shirt, which is there, and nothing else. And I was just about to walk away, and then there's a rail next to me, and I see a jumper, and it's brand new with tags, and it is Swansea City official merchandise. Now, I don't know how long these take to sell, and we have just come off the back of a heat wave, so I don't really know if it was a good idea to pick these up. But I was being quite crafty there. You'll notice that I tucked the tag away. And again, I found another one. See that there's a tag. One of them is a double XL, the other one is a triple XL, but I tucked the tag back in. Why have I done that? Well, this person is selling a lot of stuff. They've got 2 rails of clothes, they've got about 4 or 5 tables full of shoes, they've got a sort of tarpaulin on the floor full of shoes. They have a lot of items. So the logic here is that I'm tucking the tags away, and then I'm going to lift them up so that they can't see that they're brand new with tags. I'm just going to ask how much these 2 jumpers are. Now, like I said, it's still warm. Okay, the weather isn't as good as it was, but we're coming off the back of a heat wave. It's still warm. They just look like 2 generic jumpers. they may not know what they have. And what I mean by that is, I don't mean these are really expensive. I mean they may have not realised that they were brand new with tags. They may not remember that they were brand new with tags. People will automatically see a tag and think, well, that's worth more, which generally is right. But in this instance, I mean, it is, but it isn't. So I thought I'd tuck them away, try and hide the fact that they were new, even though they're their items. And I showed them and I asked how much, and she said £5 each. So £5 each for 2 brand new jumpers, football related, with tags, and both tags had prices on. So like I said, double XL and triple XL, so, and obviously they are both Swansea, so it's not something that I'm going to look to keep. But this is the first one. Now this is the triple XL. That is, I mean, I would say it's massive. It's not really that big, to be fair. I mean, it's big, but it's not like, oh my god, this is a triple XL big. Now in terms of the tag, like I said, it's official merchandise. But if I spin this around, you can maybe make out, it says Swans 16, and I think the original price was $29.99. So for a fiver, that is a good deal, because that will sell for anywhere between 20 and 25, I would imagine. Now I may have to wait a little bit to get this gone. There's nothing on the back of it. It's quite a plain thing. It's like a grey with black detailing and just the badge there to let you know that it is Swansea. But the other one is, I think, a little bit better in my opinion, and the price tag says that it should have cost a little bit more. I think that might be down to inflation more than anything else though, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the other one. Like I said, I did buy both of them. I was obviously going to buy both of them. I wasn't going to leave them there. This was the only football related items I saw that particular weekend. Weekend just gone. Weekend before that it was boiling, absolutely melting, and no one turned up. Too hot probably. Last week it was threatening rain. It was warm, but it was overcast massively, and loads of people turned up. Unfortunately, this was the only football related item, along with the other jumper, that I found. Now, like I said, this one's got a little bit more to it. It's a quarter zip. Again, we've got the Swansea City badge, and just a little bit more going on generally. The tag on this one, this is a double XL. The tag on this one though says that it's Swans 19, which means it's from 2019, and it was $34.99. Now, my understanding of that is in 2016 things cost a little bit less. 3 years later the price has gone up by a fiver, and if you wanted to buy it now it would cost you 350 quid. So again, this I'm probably looking at about 20-25, but it was a fiver, and I think it just makes perfect sense. I mean, if I could hand pick the team that these were, I would probably want them to be obviously Liverpool, but if I could hand pick the team, I would say Wales. I would like these to be the Welsh national sort of merchandise rather than Swansea. Yes, we're going to be able to make money on those. Cost me a tenner. I'm looking to make back between 40 and 50. We'll say 40 to be conservative, because I may end up taking... Because I think they're up there for like 25 right now, but I probably will take 20 on them. So we'll see. But we can make about £40 back on those, so we'll make about £30 profit, which is quite nice. We'll put that into the overall running value, or cash profit, if you will, which, if I can get my screenshot up, will take us up to cash profit for the series. Will take us up to £275 roughly. Now there's one more item that unfortunately I didn't get on camera because I bought it in a charity shop and I was just passing randomly, and then we can get into today's pickup. Now, believe it or not, this is something that you'd expect to find quite a lot in Wales and in a Welsh charity shop, but unfortunately I don't. I actually have the shirt that go with these shorts. Now these are Newport County shorts. They're a size medium men's. I haven't actually tried them on to know whether they fit me or not. But the nice thing about these is, these were £2.50 in a charity shop, my local charity shop. The nice thing about them is it has a number on it, and it is a number 7, which is Robbie Wilmot, which is a long-serving member of the Newport County team. And if I had to pick my favourite player, it probably would be him, if I'm honest. But those right there, medium men's, £2.50 in a charity shop, can't go wrong. They are between 15 and 20, believe it or not. Now, I think I have them up there for 20, and I'm looking to achieve 15 to 20. So I'm going to say £15, and we'll take away the £2.50, so £12.50 profit to add on to, what was it, 275. So there we go. We're going to add £12.50 to £275. I'm trying to work this out in my head as I go and remember what I said. So there we go. There is the figure on screen for you in the series cash profit. Now, before I pick up or show you the pickup of today's episode, what I'm going to do in this series is I'm still going to be picking up things here or there, but I'm going to try and build the cash profit more than I am going to focus on putting shirts into the collection right now. Because up until this point, all I wanted to do was just flesh out the collection, try and get as many shirts as possible, ones that I wanted, not ones for the sake of it. But we have managed to come across a fair few that I never thought I'd want or need in the collection. But like the Spezia shirt, for example, I just really like it, and that's why it's there. I didn't think I'd want to pick this up, but I looked at it and I was like, I need that. The Blackout Germany shirt, the Schalke shirt, for example. And there are a few more in the collection that I really didn't think I'd ever want to pick up or even know about, but we did. So that may happen throughout now and the period that I'm talking about, but my main focus is going to be trying to get as much cash into the series as possible so that we can go out and make a massive purchase. But for today, we are going to pick up a Liverpool shirt from, I believe, 2007, I think, and it does have a name set as well, and I was really happy that I found this. Unfortunately, it's not in the condition as advertised, and I've had to clean it up a little bit, but I'm still relatively pleased. So, like I said, from, I think it's 2007. Let me just check the inside label to make sure that it is 2007. It is indeed 2007. So I've had to give this a bit of a wash. Did it help? Probably not. There it is. The away shirt from 2007. You could probably see a little bit of the number on the back, and those of you who are in the know will know that that player is John-Arne Riise. He would be up there, I think, in my top 5 Liverpool players of all time. I say that's a bold statement. I do have, like, I'll show you the condition of it in a second. I do have, like, my underlying favourite players of all time. Of course, Jari Litmanen for Liverpool, Steven Gerrard for obvious reasons, Robbie Fowler. But then I do have players that creep into it who are not necessarily other people's favourites. I'm talking John-Arne Riise, Peter Crouch, believe it or not, Patrick Berger would be up there. And then you have the obvious ones, Ian Rush, Kenny Dalglish. There's quite a few, and of course I've missed out loads. There are a few that I just have a special feeling for, and Riise is one of them. I just love watching Riise play. Every time he got within 40 yards of the goal, I'm thinking, this could go in. And it did a lot of the time. This is an XL, which obviously I didn't have a say in. I couldn't just go, oh, do you have this in a large? Because this was on Vinted. Now, this was £20 all in. I tried to do a deal. He kind of knocked down a little bit, but not as much as I wanted. And we agreed on £20 for everything, delivery. Now, when I bought this, I'm pretty sure the condition was good or very good. I can't quite remember, and I don't have the list in front of me to look at. But yeah, it's not. It's got a lot. I mean, from distance it looks great, right? But it has a lot, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. A lot of bobbles. Yeah, I don't think the camera's you're gonna be able to see it very well, but it has a lot of like pulls and bobbles. Not pulls necessarily. That's maybe the wrong word. A pull to me is when a thread gets, pulled away from the shirt and it leaves a line across the shirt. There aren't any of those. It's just like someone's been leaning up against a wall and it's sort of scuffed up the material. It's all over the shirt, essentially. Now, I've tried to tidy it up as best I can, and honestly, a lot of people will tell you don't do this, and you can get those like debobblers, and I don't really trust them. So what I do, sharp pair of scissors. You've got to be very careful when you do this, very careful, because you can easily cut the shirt. So you have to be patient. You can't just want to like flick through it and try and get rid of all of them at once. You have to do it one by one. It's painstaking, but if you want your shirt to look better, this is honestly the best way that I've found to do it. So you just put your hand underneath the shirt, find a particular bobble, and then just try and clip the top off it. It's not going to get rid of it, but it's going to make it look far better. That on a hanger in my collection to look at and maybe to have on the wall every now and again or something. I'm very happy with it. Like, it's one of those things you can flick through and go, oh yeah, I remember that, and I'm chuffed that I've got a Risa shirt in my collection. It's far too big. XL, like I was saying, from that time period, they were baggy. If I bought an XL Liverpool shirt now, which I would if I was to buy a new one, it would fit me as well as this one is fitting me, because they are tighter. Back in 2007, things were a little bit more baggy, and the further back you go, they're even baggier again. So yeah, you've got to buy the size corresponding to the year rather than what you are right now. I couldn't really help that. It was XL or nothing. They actually had, and I think they still have, a Martin Skirtle shirt for £20, as well as another player. I think it might be Glenn Johnson for some reason. Oh no, Nathaniel Klein maybe springs to mind. Either way, I was tempted by both of them. They, again, say that they're in good condition. You've got to take that with a pinch of salt when you're buying something online. But I was tempted. But what I would like to do is to try and build up this cash as much as we can now to try and hit that £700. So over the next few weeks, we are going to have to try and add as much profit to the series as possible. I am going to start by... It's going to be very weird, this, because it doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to buy 2 shirts off myself in the next episode. What? If you already own them, why are you buying? Well, obviously they're in my personal collection, but I'm going to buy them off myself for the amount that I paid. We will take away the cash profit from the series and they will go into the collection. Why am I doing that when I'm trying to build up to £700? It's a good question, and it's a question that I will answer in the next episode of this series. So, the collection value goes up. How much am I going to put on that Risa shirt? I will do my research. Brilliant. Based on eBay prices, and that's the value I'll give to it. I'm not going to give the value of how much I paid, because that's I could sell it for more. Even in that condition, I could get probably double what I've paid for it. So, because I've sold quite a really bad condition Steven Gerrard shirt in the past. It was from 2008. So the one after that, it was a home shirt, Steven Gerrard. It was really tacky, like the Carlsberg logo was like sticky to touch. It had stuck to itself and it had come off. The number had marks on it because of where it had stuck to itself as well. So, and I sold that for like £45, and I did it with a Frank Lampard shirt as well that actually had a hole in the neck. Like you could fit your hand in it. It was that big. But quite confident I get about 40 for it, but like I said, the true value will be reflected on screen. I will obviously take £20 off the series cash profit, so that's how much money we have to spend in this series, and that's what the collection value is right now. We are over £500, I'm happy to report. In the next episode, we are going to up that, I would imagine, rather significantly, and hopefully I can pick up a fair few other things to build up that cash profit along the way. If you have enjoyed this episode, do me a favour and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.